It's Tuesday, May 1st, and I'm your host, Paula Hersey. On today's show, we are live with Barnstable Police Department. We will talk to capital improvements with Department of Public Works Director Dan Santos, and we explore Art Week with Melissa Chartrand. Let's start with some news you can use. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You can expect partly cloudy skies today with a high of 60. Light winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour, and sunset is at 7:39 p.m. this evening. The low overnight around 52. And Wednesday's forecast looks like it will break 70 degrees. Looks like a beautiful week, folks. 2 Barnstable High School juniors were elected to the district board of the New England District of Key Club International during a recent conference in Springfield. Perry Corvo was elected 2018-19 district secretary. Deala Tague was elected Lieutenant Governor for the Cape and Islands Division for 2018-19. Key Club is an international student-led service organization associated with Kiwanis International. Road work continues at Route 28 in Beers' Way intersection in Hyannis. Crews have begun the next phase of the construction, resulting in detours on Route 28 eastbound heading toward the airport rotary. Traffic on 28 will be sent south on Beers' Way and northeast up Walton Avenue to get around the work. Access to local businesses will be allowed. Westbound traffic on Route 28 will not be affected. The detours will be in place until May 11th. Work hours are from 6:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. Please use caution in the work zone and slow down. Here's an update with BHS intern Mackenzie Connor.
Hello, I'm Mackenzie Connor, intern for Channel 18. There's a lot happening at Barnstable High School this week. Auditions for Barnstable High School's Short Play Festival will be held Monday, April 30th from 2:30 to 4:30 and Tuesday, May 1st from 2:30 to 3:30 in room 1217. This production will be a combination of original 10-minute plays and published short plays. On Thursday, May 3rd, Sergeant Justin Room of the U.S. Marines will be in the Junior-Senior CAF for all 4 lunches. He will be there with information and answers to any questions for interested students. For seniors, prom tickets are now on sale. They are $85 and include admittance to prom, celebration, and a professional photographer. Both permission slips for BHS guests and non-BHS guests are with Mrs. Lomax in room 1224 and Mrs. Friel in room 2100. Also for seniors, the 2018 Barnstable Yearbook is published and will arrive in May. For those who haven't pre-purchased one, they are $100 and there's a limited supply. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Mackenzie Connor.
We are talking to Deputy Chief Matthew Sonneman live this morning at the Barnstable Police Station. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, we're live today, huh?
We are live today.
Wow, the spring is coming up, and so isn't the live TV shows.
And so is summer. I
Wow.
think it's going to be 70 to 80 degrees this week.
Can you believe it?
So, police department going to gear up for summer? What's the plans?
We are always gearing up for summer. I think more than anybody else, we highly anticipate summer. Yeah, we got lots of things coming up. We got 4th of July celebration coming up and everything. But before that, obviously we start working on our staffing a little bit. We are in the process right now of getting the CSOs ready. They're doing the interviews and everything for those people, and they're going to start their training here pretty shortly. We got our dispatchers that are in the dispatch academy, and they should be hitting us just right about June, getting ready to go. Cleaning all the vehicles, getting the bikes ready for Main Street. All kinds of good stuff going on. All kinds of good stuff.
So those bikes, do they train all season for riding those bikes? I see them down at Craigville too.
Yep, they can ride any time of the year. We tell if there's ice and snow outside, we tend not to put them out at all. But we do use them quite a bit at even during like the Christmas strolls in the wintertime, and in the fall for some of the other celebrations. We put them out occasionally for the open streets. We've had them down for the Halloween festivities on Main Street. So they get out and they get about. Officers that are certified can ride the bikes whenever they want or whenever they're available, whenever shift strength allows. So we don't discourage them from riding them at all. Only when a safety factor is a concern.
Right, and we did see you at Open Streets. It was great to see the force out there and everybody having smiles and good times.
That is such a great event. Everyone getting out and walking around, and it's kind of funny because when you first get there, everyone, even though we've done it a couple times, everyone just sticks to the sidewalks for a little while until a few start walking in the middle of the street. Even when I do it, it just seems so odd to be walking down the middle of the street, no car coming. But once everybody gets into the groove, it's really nice, and I'm hoping that it's the businesses enjoy it and that it brings them a lot more attention from people who may not generally go down to Main Street because it's busy. So they get a chance to get down there with their kids and walk around and enjoy some of these businesses on a more leisurely pace.
So your staffing does change over the summer. You bring in some intern type of folks to.
Well, we get the community service officers, which we start training them in June, and they get out just before the 4th of July, towards the end of June, and that adds about 10 people to our staffing. And what they do is they walk in pairs on Main Street, different shifts from about 8 in the morning to about 6 in the evening. So they're out there walking around. They can, encountering tourists or anybody else that may have a general question about how to get to places and directions and things like that. They speak with the homeless, and if there's any assistance, we can get them. But in the past, we used to have the summer officers that were down there, and obviously in the 90s, that kind of went out due to the increase in police training and other liability concerns. But you bring the CSOs down there with radios and some some first aid training, and some other mental health intervention training, and we put them out there on the street to not only to interact with the public, but to be kind of our eyes and ears down there.
Right. So that's Main Street in Hyannis. What about the rest of the villages? Is staffing increased in the villages as well?
Well, as that goes on through the summer, what happens is right now we're talking about the possibility of extending some of these CSOs to the outer villages on an experimental basis this year to see how well that goes. But the other villages, our staffing stays level throughout the year. Our numbers that we're authorized to have in total doesn't really change. But what we do is day shift in particular, we try and shift some more of the personnel that we already have and increase that staffing on the day shift. People that we've assigned to like the schools, like school resource officers, what they'll do is, since the school is closed, they return. They either work in the juvenile division with the detectives, or some of them go back to shifts. And now that we have our presence down at the HYCC, maybe we'll be looking at putting someone down there with Officer Morrison down at the HYCC to assist with some of the summer camps and other things that are going on down there.
Oh, that's it's so nice to hear that you're ready to go for summer. I guess everybody's getting out their summer blues at this point in time.
We're already wearing our short sleeves. We started wearing our short sleeves right at the 1st of April. It may have been a little chilly right then, but we're getting into it, and hopefully this week will really, the weather, with the warmth, will really be nice. It'll be awesome. I can't wait.
Excellent. I'll look forward to seeing the guys out on the bikes and the girls coming down Main Street.
Yep, you'll see them.
All righty.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you. Here's a look at this week's meeting schedule. Capital improvements will be our topic this morning, live with Dan Santos, Director of the Department of Public Works. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
So it's spring, it's construction season, but we've got some good weather coming up, and we had lots of capital improvement projects approved by the Town Council.
Yes, we did. We had 2 nights of presentations from Public Works anyway, and the final night concluded last Thursday on the 26th. We finished up about 8 projects then that had been hung over from the earlier meeting, and we got a significant amount of work coming up for the next several years as a result of this. And one of the major areas that the council funded was starting to expand our sewer network, and we've got preliminary design funds for 3 projects for sewer expansion. One is in the Addicts Lane area over where the new Cape Cod 5 building is being constructed on both sides of Route 132. That's filling in where there currently isn't sewers. That will help some properties that have issue with high groundwater being able to put septic systems in there, and it's also will be protective of Shallow Pond, which is behind where EMS used to be. That's a smaller area. 2 larger areas that we'll be doing preliminary design are it's off Finney's Lane, on both sides of Finney's Lane, between Route 132 and Route 28, and then also the Long Pond area, which will be along Route 28 on the south side of 28 between there and Long Pond, and there'll be hundreds of homes that eventually will be connected to sewer in those areas. And this is all, there's several benefits to this. It allows properties along Route 28, commercial properties, to be developed and have sewer access, but also it removes nitrogen, which is impacting our south coast, in particular in this area. It's the Centerville River area watershed, We'll be removing nitrogen, and that'll improve water quality eventually and ultimately in that body of water going out into Nantucket Sound.
That's great news. Having seen the eutrophication of some of that area down there it's a needed thing, and obviously all the ponds that we have in the areas, those areas as well, sewering in those areas is definitely a great thing. So, looking forward to those projects. What else was approved that you're
Well, we
ready
got some. We always have road projects, and one project in particular, which has been a long time in coming, is on Old Kings Road in Cotuit, which runs from Main Street into Mashpee, and there's a culvert there that the town of Mashpee got a grant for, in conjunction with the town of Barnstable, and the federal government is picking up $400,000 of the $500,000 total, and then Barnstable is paying a share of that, $100,000. And along with that culvert replacement, which will be good, it's for the Santuit River there, and improve water flow in that river. But also as part of this, they'll be repaving Old Kings Road, which it's a private road, so it normally wouldn't be maintained by the town. But in this case, because it connects one town road with another town, we're able to use special funds, and we're going to be repaving that road, which will be welcome news to the folks that live along there and move between Barnstable and Mashpee. We also got funds to design a new sidewalk on Ocean Street in Hyannis between Gosnold and Calmus Beach. It's a very popular beach, and it's a very popular area for people to move between Veterans Park and the memorials there and the Kennedy Memorial to Calmus. And right now there's no sidewalk on the east side, so we're going to be putting a sidewalk in there, which should be welcome news for pedestrians and cyclists and all the folks that are visiting and moving between those locations.
Well, it sounds like quite a bit of work coming up, and you're just finishing up your season of spring construction as well. Everything going on schedule?
Oh yeah, well, it's still in full swing between us doing our sidewalk work in Hyannis, and we're doing a lot of road construction work, putting in drainage systems, and then the state working on Route 28 and Burses Way and a couple other projects. Obviously, you drive around a little. There's a lot of police officers directing traffic and lots of orange cones and signs, and we'll get that all wrapped up mostly before Memorial Day. Some projects will continue until school gets out in the less impacted areas.
Well, thanks so much, Dan, for the updates. We appreciate it, and good luck getting everything scheduled and ready to go for these really large and needed projects.
Yes, thank you. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Yep. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Art Week is in full swing across the Commonwealth, a celebration of the arts and creative economy. And Cape Cod and the town of Barnstable has a plethora of events to choose from. Arts and Culture Coordinator Melissa Chartrand tells us more. I'm here with Arts and Culture Coordinator Melissa Chartrand. It's spring!
It's spring! Spring has sprung.
It has. This is an exciting week for Barnstable and all of Massachusetts. Art Week has arrived. Started last Friday night. There's things happening everywhere, all over Cape Cod.
Exactly. As you say, all over the Cape and statewide, it's a fabulous effort to celebrate the arts. 1,000,001 activities that you can find every area of the Cape. Here in the town of Barnstable, we had a photo word walk. We have the gallery doing paintings and special events. We have a new artwork on loan exhibit coming up. Our shanties open this Friday, May 4th. New Classics Company at the Geyer Barn has some shows planned as well, so it's really exciting, not only in the High Arts Cultural District, but the Barnstable Village Cultural District, all 7 villages, and as you say, plenty of really cool, interesting, different, and most of all, most of them, Paula, are free.
Yeah, most of these events are free. A lot of people don't understand the creative economy here on the Cape and even here in Barnstable is really up and coming and thriving. There's a lot of people making their living doing art.
Absolutely, and I think this really helps to showcase that. And in many ways, it's not, I feel as though sometimes people think arts and they just think painting a picture.
Right.
And you and I know it's so much more than that on every kind of arts, literary, theater, performance arts, sculpture, ceramics. I mean, it just runs the gamut, and they are making their living. And that Shanty program in particular supports that and helps encourage that.
Right. So are your artists all excited for May 4th?
They are. They are. I'm excited for May 4th. It's really exciting. We have such a wide variety that come in, new artists, returning artists, and they rotate weekly. You can get all the information on artsbarnstable.com, including links to Art Week to find out what's happening here in town and again across the Cape.
Right. So we're in front of the new artist shanties. These are the permanent structures that will be here year round.
Year round, Paula. I am so excited about that. The Bismore Park shanties close in October. They're seasonal and they have to be moved. This will be the first season we're able to try like a holiday seasonal fall market, maybe do something special around the December holidays and have a whole little Santa's Village perhaps. So I'm really excited at the opportunities that we can have and that we don't have to move them. It just makes it that much easier.
Right, exactly. And I did want to mention that one of the events is the Taste of Art, which is through our own very Mid-Cape, the Mid-Cape Cultural Council.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. They actually had an open house as part of Art Week as well yesterday, celebrating they give out a lot of grant awards to help support a lot of the organizations. And the Taste of the Art is a wonderful, it's culinary arts, I forgot to mention that, including Art Week, and it's Restaurant Week on Main Street. So I think we all have to partake and support. But with a Taste of the Art, it's this wonderful fundraiser. You get to sample some of the local restaurants, and all the monies go towards what they're trying to do, which is raise money for Discovery Walk, which are having these fabulous sculptures placed between Main Street and the Harborfront.
Right as we come right through
as you
here.
come through here. We're on the
Like
walkway to the sea, which comes from Main Street, down the Village Green, overlooking Azleton Park, and right down to Bismore Park, Hyannis Harbor.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you, Paula.
Here's a look at our community calendar this week. Here is a unique way to celebrate Art Week. Come support public art at the Taste of Art. Enjoy an evening of tasting the culinary magic of Hyannis on Thursday, May 3rd from 5 to 9 p.m. Attendees will be treated to an artfully plated appetizer as they stroll between premier Hyannis Main Street restaurants. This fundraiser supports the Mid-Cape Cultural Council with their new initiative, the High Arts Discovery Walk. The walk encourages visitors and locals to explore multiple points of interest on Hyannis Main Street and Hyannis Harbor with commissioned public art sculptures from local Cape Cod artists. You'll receive one appetizer plate from each of the following Main Street restaurants: K. Katie's Burger Bar, Torino, Pizza Barbone, Naked Oyster, Columbo's, Embargo, The West End, and Little Miss Cupcake for dessert. Get your tickets for the Mid-Cape Cultural Council's Discovery Walk fundraiser, The Taste of Art, today. tasteofart.eventbrite.com. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow for Barking News, who won the Best Barnstable Dog Contest, and an update on area transportation plans and projects with the Cape Cod Commission, and more. In honor of International Workers' Day, May Day, a quote by Booker T. Washington: "There is as much dignity in tilling a field as in writing a poem." I'm Paula Hersey, and thank you for watching Barnstable Today.